I kept you waiting forever and a day. But now we're out here together with nothing standing in our way. Can you feel the attraction? Feel the attraction. Can you feel it between us? This energy's inside us like electricity. Feel the love running through like electricity. Feel the love running through like electricity. Like electricity. Taking over your body, it's flowing through your mind. This feeling's got me on fire. Don't ever leave it all behind. Can you feel the attraction? Feel the attraction. Can you feel it between us? This energy's inside us like electricity. Feel the love running through like electricity.
World Cup champions as well, and in so doing qualify for the Olympics and then go there with the idea of maybe having all 4 majors at once in their pockets. But this Chinese team will be feeling really good about the situation right now. Number 2, Zhu Ting, through the outside has been very influential, and we might just see that China will try potentially to line up against the USA's setter, whoever that might be, whether it's Alicia Glass or Molly Kreklo, so that she can go over the top. Glass has been setting, but she didn't play very well against Serbia. Neither did Kimberly Hill, number 15, and neither did Castello, number 25. Hence their loss to Serbia, who made 22 kill blocks in that game against the USA, which kind of highlights just how things didn't quite go to plan. Karch and his coaching staff were out here on court well over an hour and a half before the start of this one, as is their way. But the team look good, they look full of confidence, which they'll need to be. This is going to be a really, really good game. Teams make their way out onto court for the national anthems, and they'll be joined by volleyballers from the local junior clubs here in Matsumoto. So the anthem's over and it's time for a photo opportunity for the youngsters with the players. And for this game, the players are the Azumino Akashina, the Misato Club, and Yamagata. It's a really nice touch here at the World Cup to have this with the local players get to be on court, have their photograph taken, and then high-five the players. And then they'll go back and watch and enjoy what will be a world-class spectacle. Well, it would have been a bitter pill to swallow yesterday for the USA, losing to Serbia 3-2. Especially after China had beaten Serbia 3-1 earlier. So they're going to have to bounce back here. If they beat China, it certainly opens things wide up. Right open for them. So it's a tough test. So they're going to have to pass. Time to meet the referees in charge today from Argentina. It's Fabian Pedro Concea. And he'll be ably assisted by Brazil's very own Rogério Espicalski. Challenge referee today, who will no doubt be busy, is Ibrahim Jafar Ali from Bahrain. So the officials introduced. It's time to meet the players, starting with China. And as far as head coach Jenny Liang is concerned, only one change of note. Starting through the middle is number 1, Yuan Xinyue. And then it's number 2 through the outside, Zhu Ting. Number 5, Shen Jingxi is setting, so she gets the nod ahead of number 16, Ding Xia. Number 8, the captain, Zheng Chunlie, is opposite. And then through the outside, Zhang Chenning, number 9, and finally number 17, Yan Ni, who came in as a substitute in the first match, starts on court through the middle. Jenny Liang confident in the team that she has, and she has some strength and depth as well. So too the USA. Alicia Glass gets the nod, so some faith restored in her by coach Karch Kirai. She will set. And then it is Jordan Arsenberg, number 10, through the outside. Castello also starts opposite. Kimberly Hills, number 15, through the outside. And Krista Hamoto-Dietzen, number 13, the captain. And Feluke Akinradewo here through the middle. Number 16, Kayla Banwaf and Natalie Hagland, the two liberos for the USA. Coach Karch Kirai knows this is going to be a tough one. They beat China at the World Championship final in Italy last year to take gold. They beat China at the World Grand Prix in Omaha only a few weeks ago to secure first place. And now they have to beat them here in the World Cup in only their third match of 11 to keep their hopes alive and in their own hands of winning this tournament. The head-to-head is 5-2 in favour of China, but it's the last two that the USA have won. I do say you're only ever as good as your last game. So the players are ready, so too the officials. We can get this one underway. China in blue serving, the USA in white receiving this game 3 from day 3 of the World Cup here in Japan. And that's the perfect start for the USA. Well, for China, it's the worst possible start for the USA. A shank pass. A nervy start for the USA. Good up. Well, unfortunately for Zheng Chenning, she was just off balance, couldn't get the ball back over the net. Incidentally, Zhang Changning is a former beach player from 2010 to 2012. She played on the World Tour and then transferred indoors. And only actually missed out on the World Championships because China had to put a team into the Asian Games and she went there instead. Coach Lang Ping would have liked to have had her at the World Champs. The only other player that I know of who's come from the beach and then gone indoors to represent their country is in the men's game. Igor Kolodinsky for Russia, earning his first cap for the national team in the World League this year, after playing a few seasons on the beach for Russia and doing very well as well with some gold medals on the World Tour. If you know of any others, let us know. You can tweet hashtag FIVBWW Cup if you're aware of any other players that started on the beach but have ended up playing indoors. Plenty of players went from indoors to the beach. That was pretty much how it went. So the USA, after that nervy start, find themselves 3-1 up. Kim Hill with the serve. That is what China are all about. Zhu Ting, just phenomenal. What a swing from the 20-year-old. That's a mistake from Larson. They're looking for a touch, and here comes challenge. And I said the challenge referee was going to be busy. 6 points in, and he's already got some work to do. There's Mr. Javali. That is the man who is the challenge ref. Was there a touch? Yes, of course there was. Huge touch. Dietzen will serve. Surprised, maybe surprised a few, maybe not, that she gets the start ahead of Tatori Dixon through the middle. And that's a good serve. Well, the one thing China were worried about was their serve reception. And the USA making things difficult. Off speed, be quick from Akinradowo. Interesting serve action, isn't it, from Dietzen. She throws that ball up, her hands are really tight into her face. She doesn't have any room to operate. Still gets a serve over, and Castello gets a massive confidence booster with that swing. 6-2 down, not the start China wanted, and they called timeout. Nicely done by the captain for China, Chen Chunlie. And that puts the setter now back to serve for China. Shen Jingxi, big front row for the team in blue. Nice wipe by Castello. Good cut to the line from Su Ting. She's got all the skills. Now she has the serve. Good linkage between Glass and Akinredawo. Technical timeout. USA will be pretty pleased with the way this one has gone so far. They lead by 4.
Nice speed, USA. That's how we spread them out. Still line open. Way to work that line. Hand there. Way to go fast on that. What do we have, Jamie? What do we have coming up here? Yes, go red.
Keep pushing. Keep on it. USA! USA!
Serving pressure on him. You're good on that. She rarely hits line on the red, if that's what you were asking. Or were you asking about the pass?
Number 8. Number 8.
Su Ting that she just hit down the line, and they're saying that's not a worry. Don't have to get caught up in that. She rarely hits it, so it's not a consideration for us, and that's what volleyball's about. You have to kind of go with the percentages to a degree. Every now and again you might decide, you know what, we're going to go for this on this particular play because there's a chance it might happen. China with the side out. Neat. Good ball in from Hill. And a great put away. So Glass is linking up nicely with her attackers. She's used Akinredawa, she's used Hill, and she's also used Low. And she's got a chance to work with Dietzen across the front row. Keen to get that middle link established. Good touch from Dietzen. And again. Not such a great hit from Low, just leaning towards her right. Away from the ball. So unforced error from the USA, hands China the point. Ball in from Banois. Just not such good footwork though from Glass, putting herself under pressure. And it's a solid transition play from China to bring themselves back to within 2. USA might think about a timeout here. Whether or not they'll take one is another thing. Coach Kirai decides to let it ride for the moment. Good decision. Hill puts the ball away. USA back to 3 in front. And into a solid series of rotations as well now. Nice high contact right about the top of the antenna from Hill. Glass to serve. Castello into the front row with Hill and Dietzen. Pretty much their tallest lineup. That can't stop China from putting the ball away down the line. Zhang Chunning. Lovely swing. Good cover. Nice up from Benoit. Larson trying to make it difficult for China. And now USA will have a better chance potentially, but there's no one at 4, has to go behind, and Lowe can only tip that one. And China take advantage in the end. Well, USA scrambled really well, but they got themselves all stuck over on that near side of the court to the first official. No one able to run a route at 4, no one able to run a route in the middle on the pipe. And China eventually took control of that rally. Well, that's something that the USA have been developing. A little bit like Korea, stacking over on that side, which allows Lowe to come in as the opposite player and hit a half ball through the middle. Taking the 4-hitter all the way over to 4 instead of being at 2 with the setter to penetrate around behind. Watch out for that again on the next series of rotations when they get there. That's right onto the baseline. Larson putting it away. She had line to go as well. Bit of a wild swing from Chongning. Well, it's good to see that the way that USA have responded to their defeat against Serbia. They've come out here knowing that they have to win this one really already so early on in this tournament, which is a round-robin event, 11 matches to play. China currently undefeated. But it's the USA who are holding their own here, keeping this lead in the first set. Nice side out by Yuan Xinyue. Good up from Benoit. And that's off the block, is it? No, it didn't catch any hands. Larson trying to find some fingers to work the ball with. Trying to claw another point back. And Xinyue serves again. Good movement from Dixon, held her opposite number middle blocker. Down knee, that allowed Larson a 1-on-1 through 4. So Keisha's in to serve. She'll play some defense. Not stopping that one, Hill. Not really fronting up to Su Ting. That was an easy swing for the number 2 for China to put the ball away over the top of the block. Oh dear. Well, Shen Jingxi just seemed to stutter. She went to serve that ball up at a mid-pause. Made a complete mess of it. The double substitution for the USA. This is part of their plan. They're going to do it with all their matches. Kreklo comes in to replace Lowe, and Fawcett comes in to replace Glass. 3 front court attackers, back court setter now. That's 3 rotations of that, another 3 plus the substitution after that. So 9 rotations of a setter in the back row. And that's not the best of starts for Kreklo. Puts her under a little bit of pressure now as she gets ready to serve. Very nice. And Kreklo not afraid to go to the middle, even from the 3-meter line. Linking up with Akamadewa and USA leading 16-13 at the second technical timeout.
can see, we really like the matchup on the go. Going at number 5, going at number 8. Keep running hard. Both in serve, receive, and in trans. Calling for it too. That call to Alicia is big. If we have to tip, don't go over the end blocker, over the middle, and get 2 on the ground, and then we're ready for a bick or a slide or something. All right, what do we have coming here, Jason? Look, you have to go ready for the most part here. We're going to be a straight lead on both ends.
15号好像快，但是他撑一下，慢一点啊！你在后面防15号，不要抢他前面的球，抓那球是他的球啊，斜着那个，不要一下就跑他前面的啊！你要站在中间这位置，
小的还行，我们再抓就那轻球，我们再抓成本地大脚就上去了啊！再来再来，
加油加油！防守加油，蓝方加油啊！
咬住了啊！第2球。
So far, so good then for the USA. Larson with the serve. We're into the final third of this first set. We've had the 2 dress rehearsals. This is the real thing now. USA have the edge, but China on the comeback trail. Oh, good serve from China. Now, Kart still has 2 timeouts available to him. What a mix-up that is. Banoit's got to take it. Lovely swing from Fawcett. You can see that China trying to make it difficult for Hill, the front court swing hitter for the USA. There's no middle coming. Nice set, though, from Kreklo, giving Fawcett space to use the line. Radewa with the serve. Good dig, but it's not quite going to come back, or is it? Oh, no, that's a shame. But they'll never say die attitude from the USA. Clear for all to see. Sheng Chun-Ned, captain for China with the ball. Block out for China. They're on level terms. And now the USA call timeout. Su Ting showing her versatility, not just a front row attacker, but she can hit the pipe too.
Clarified there, and we'll get a nice angle. Run really hard. We're spreading them out with that go. And we got the middle open more now because of it, as they're thinking about that. Here we go.
Let's go here. Get some! Get some!
Thomas Black having a chat with the setters. Giving them some information. Arch looking on. China a level. The timeout he's taken will give his team the side out and give them the lead. Oh, that was almost a brilliant pickup. But China reading the situation very well, and they have turned this one round in their favour now, 18-17. After trailing for most of this match, they find themselves in front at a critical time. Oh, it's a great block. Hill trying to hit her way out of trouble, but she was having to make some room and leaning to her left. The line was the shot that was available. She didn't take it. Larson leaves it. USA in trouble. Timeout called again.
That wing seems to be bleeding out. All right. We knew at some point they're going to fight back here. We came out strong. They're going to push back. Now it's our turn to push here. Really good call and confirm on the angle here so we can run our USA fast at them.
USA! USA!
This is a big point now. USA need to side this out to get back to within one. Fawcett does it. We can see China's serving's been very good. USA have hardly run the middle. So the double substitution is half reverse. Low comes into the front row. No setter on court for the USA, but Larson's got a good pair of hands on her. Well, it kind of means there's no middle attack coming whatever here. China will know that. So they'll be stacking up on the wings. Should the USA make a dig. They make a continuation block. And then they don't need to make a dig because that's gone way wide. And a bit of hard work from the USA pays off. It's level again. They're going to go after 8 by the looks of it. 8, 9 are their serving targets. There's Fawcett going. 8 indeed the target. And it works. A positive set out because the ball's gone to 8 over at position 1 and then passed in front of the setter who's continued the speed of the ball on. It just fell very nicely for the USA. They were stacking out that way. Great play, great call from Couch Kirai. And now China in trouble. It's a positive set. It was going quick. Castello read it. She was up early. Knew it was going to be a fast ball. Great block. Chinese fans in, happy to be on the telly. Not so sure they'll be particularly happy the way things have just gone for their team. And now it's China who are feeling the pressure. Fawcett with the serve. Same target. No middle coming. High and wide here. Chance for the USA and they take it. Dietzen getting her hands on the ball and justifying to anyone who might think otherwise why she's starting. That is a quality block. At last, China get the side out. Glass comes in, Fawcett goes off. Great serving run from her. Now the USA are going to stack over on this side. Normally Hill would be over where Banwath is and Glass would penetrate from behind her. Glass must make sure she stays behind Hill. She can be in front of the libero. So it's a stack on the left-hand side and watch them stream across. Getting themselves in position, so it means Dietzen hits a quick ball behind, low on the half ball in the middle, and then Hill, who's already out there as the release hitter, is up early and able to put the ball away. Hill with the serve. Deep breath from her as she gets herself ready. Just a bit tight. Larson does well to get something on it. Good pick up from Glass and Banwath. What can Dietzen do? She keeps it in play. And keeps it from going back over the USA side as well. Nice swing from Su Ting, putting Glass under pressure. Great rally, and it might be China with a chance here, but it's going to be an off ball. But they make it happen. Chang Changning gets it off the block and out of play when maybe When you look back at that, it might have been worthwhile USA letting her hit it and not putting a block up. That was just a straightforward topspin roll, which would have been picked up by Benoit. Oh dear. What a time to miss your serve. USA now 2 away from taking the set, and what a fantastic, fascinating first set it's been. When you get involved, you can do. Go to the social media, Twitter, hashtag FIVB Cup. See what everyone's saying. Have your say. Your thoughts so far on the way this one's going. A little bit of luck from the setter, Shen Jingxi, setting it towards the net. So if the player missed it, it would go over. Not sure she intended that to happen though. So trying to get themselves a lucky side out. But the USA, if they side this one out, will have set point. That's an easy serve. And it's punished by the USA. Castello coming in, whipping her hand through the ball to bring up set point. The USA with the luxury of knowing that even if they don't make this, they've got a chance from side out to get it done, get that first set in the bag. And just as well, really, wasn't it? Carts with just a look. Doesn't really show much emotion. Well, he'll be feeling the pressure of that, that's for sure. Su Ting for China. Huge ooze from the crowd. The ball goes down. Medewo puts it on the floor, and the USA take the first set. That psychologically is huge for the USA, and also a massive blow for China. First set in this best of 5 is done. The USA have taken it 25-23. Well, that wasn't easy for either team. A couple of errors, too many really for China in key moments that cost them. The USA, you have to credit them, they blocked very well. See all the coaching staff having their little confabs, because that was so close, that set. There was not really any clear indication to say, do you know what, she's played badly or she's played badly. Do we need to change the system? Do we need to change that? I think both sets of coaches are probably thinking, going to leave it as is, because China could have taken that set. There were a few individual errors that cost them. I won't be surprised if they didn't make any changes. Let's have a look at the highlights. Various stats. China's points made up of 14 attacks, a couple of aces, 2 blocks and 5 errors from the USA, but the USA though got 7 from China, plus 16 attacks and 2 blocks. That was the difference. It was the errors that cost China. Well, the job is by no means done for the USA, but they know that that was a big psychological boost to take that first set. They have the upper hand mentally now going into this second set. And if they can get an early grip on this one, China might be struggling. All still to play for, though, in this best of 5 sets encounter. And China on the sort of level pegging. Well, we go then with the second set. Hill with the serve for the USA. USA leading 1-0. China trying to get side out. That's not coming back. And that's a really good start for Kim Hill and her team. Hill once again. Kept in play. 3 attackers for Glass to go and find. She gets decent, but she can't put the ball down. And that's a nice wipe. Ting off the block and out. Well, a wasted opportunity for the USA. Danois did put the ball pretty close to the net, but Glass wasn't able to come in now. There's going to be a challenge here. The ball off the block, but I think they're going to challenge whether or not there was some kind of net touch at some point during that rally. So Karch saw something, or thinks he saw something. The challenge referee just getting instructions as to what to look for. Very easy when you're watching the game just to follow the ball. Coaches rarely do that. They know what's happening, they know where it's going. And especially with the challenge system now, they're kind of watching all aspects of what's going on the other side of the net, just for this particular reason, where they can say, oh, I saw that in the rally, that was a fault, wasn't spotted. But has it been spotted, and was it a fault? We're going to find out. So the official review is there is no fault, but that's not what he's looking for. That's just, he's on the saying it's on the attack, not that particular play. And he did say that, he did make the arm movement for an attack. So a slight misinterpretation of what was required. So they're going to have another look. Or are they?
Number 13 is checking. Number 1 is blocking.
No. I said block touch. You heard me. No, I said block touch net. So please look at the block. You didn't look at the block up there.
So a little bit of a delay. I think they are not going to get what they want, and it's going to be served potentially, or are they still looking? I think they are still looking at it. So here's the official review.
Block on the net. You're still not looking at the right thing. Block on the net.
So still haven't quite found the right point. Now, don't get me wrong, I think the challenge system is a brilliant idea and it's great. But when there's a communication problem, you get this kind of a delay and then it's not so great because you're kind of wondering what's going on. Karch is doing his best not to blow his top here. So Karch now being spoken to by the referee delegate on the control committee. So they're still trying to find the right point. And I say there was a block touch at the net. And it was rather a net touch by China, but we've had 2 no-fault reviews. We are now going to get the official one. So is that what they're looking for? Was there a touch here at the net? And no, there wasn't. The net's moving, so we got there in the end. China will serve. Dietzen seeing the funny side of it. That one was in the net, and it wasn't touched by the block. So USA 2-1 up. So China level. Again, Su Ting is able to go over the block. Such a good leap on her. She touches 327 when she's spiking, 3 meters when she's blocking. The net's only 224. Castello, another player who can hit from high and hard. She touches 315 in the spike and 305 in the block. Block doing its job, slowing the ball down. Now, what can Larson do? Only a continuation hit from her. Ooh, slight confusion, but Hill has the swing. That was nice. Larson could see that was probably a ball meant for her, but Kim was in the right place to have a swing. Larson didn't try and get involved, let her have the hit. And Kimberly Hill with a 50, pumps that ball away. USA up by 2. Akinradewo is a very good athlete, great blocker, lovely height, gets across the net. What she doesn't do is watch what's happening. She's not even looking at the ball. She has no clue where that ball is. And that can be an issue. And as good an athlete as she is, she still drifts past the point of impact more often than not. Watch Akinradewo here. She goes, she's past the point, moving away from the ball, didn't take away the cross-court power. Very nice movement by Akinradewo as she goes round behind Glass. Glass just holding on the ball for that split second, enough to keep the middle fixed, and then it's easy for Larson. She had options whichever way she wanted them. And now she has the serve. Glass overcomplicating things really. Simplest and probably the most effective option for her there was to give the ball to Hill. Hill was calling for a play as well. She could have gone a little bit quick, would have probably put it down. Trying to force the ball wide, didn't work. All square, 5 apiece. Nice ball in from Hill. Low getting in on the action on the pipe. Good use of the seam in between the two blockers. Good up. Good swing. That's a good mismatch that the USA have, especially if Hill's hit smart against Shen Chunlie, the captain. She's got better height. That's a good swing right in between the block again. Good seam shot. China have been wary of her serve. They'll be really pleased to have got off it at the first time of asking. Kimura has scored loads of points during this competition with her serve. It's very low to the net. That's a really good swing from Sheng Changning. Good work. Ball may have been going long. Doesn't matter. USA side out. They lead 8-6. They lead by 1 set to nothing.
Great work. Keep going with our speed. And when you're ready to go fast, talk to her. Give the multiple cadence. What do we have? Krista, you're up, I think.
We're going to jump sub here up here on the other timeout. So now you can see an angle on both teams. Left or right, we'll do one there.
Hey, let's make sure we're low and tight on 19. She's kind of a wild animal, so low and tight, you know.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead. Let's go right. USA! USA! Okay,
So changes by China. Ding Xia comes in. Back row setter. Good up from Benoit. And again, really good play from the USA. And that one's off the block and out. Larson couldn't get on it. Great dig from her, though. And they're making the court seem really small at the moment for China. And a very nice start for number 19, Liu Yanhan, the opposite player, with her first swing. Clever player. Tell you what, Hill played poorly by her own very high standards against Serbia. She knows it. She was substituted out. Kelsey Robinson came in and took her place and played brilliantly. It just wasn't quite enough for the USA to get the job done, but having had that time on the bench, she's come out firing here in this match. Larson also firing. Real steady Eddie performance from Larson. Oh, top blocking from the captain. And worrying times now for China. They call timeout.
大家注意这一块呀，全是中线，为什么？你们刚才没听到？跟他们讲，就快球把直线全放掉，你还是拦直线，是吧？你要执行啊，对不对？直线打来算我啊，要执行哈，没关系。
A sense of urgency about Jenny Wang Ping's timeout. There were many people fancying that this was a good time for China to be playing the USA after their two previous performances. But it's China who are struggling here. And all credit to the USA with the way that they have bounced back so far from their defeat to Serbia yesterday. Zhu Ting goes over the top, but doesn't find the court. The timeout has not helped, but there's a challenge coming. Did it touch the block? We're about to find out. As I said earlier, challenges system's a good idea, but maybe in terms of trying to find the best solution for it, you can only challenge the end point in a rally as opposed to everything that happened in the rally, or maybe just make it so that it's the last rally. So in other words, once the ball goes over the net for the last time, it's that act, those instances of the ball going over the net in terms of a block and then the attack from the other team, and you only can go back so far because you have a really long rally. That's a lot to go through, and as we saw earlier, if you get misunderstood what you're asking for, and you've asked for something at the start of the rally and it's a really long one, then there can be issues. But this must be quite close because the challenge system is still yet to make its decision as to whether or not this ball was touching the block. So having a good look at this from the different angles. And the official review says, oh, that's not a touch. I don't think there's definitely no touch, is there? Well, they're saying that there is a touch. As it goes over, it's the left hand as the ball comes over, and Lang Ping thinks that there was a touch, but it's been decided that there was no touch. And the challenge system, although the picture on the screen is blown up somewhat, the pictures that the challenge system have to review are very precise, and they are pretty sure that there was definitely no touch. It's starting to fall apart, the seams here for China.
关键先自己一次攻啊！你现在打不自由，对方反击特别快啊，上网一定要快啊！往点拼防守，你只能这样现在啊！你现在一攻一打不下去，所有人压上来啊！应该别飞啊，把节制放掉，打沉着一点啊！我的，加油！加油！
Hill for the USA. Oh, this is not good for China. Zhu Ting, so reliable, such an important player for China. Maybe the pressure's just getting to her. That's 2 errors in a row. She's way over the top, and look at that, Glass is in a really bad position as well, giving up all that line for that roll shot. So USA get off the hook. That error, and there's a chance here for the USA to go further in front. Nice dig. That's better from China. Well, I just wondered why Glass didn't go to decent in the middle. She's yet to go to her in the middle. Shooting way up over the net, puts the ball down. Nice set from Dixon. A nice wipe from Larson. Dixon will be very happy with that. But teams will practice that. They'll train that off-ball situation. Setter not available. Middle blocker having to put the ball up. Keisha is in. Kelsey Robinson. Keisha is a new nickname given to her by her teammates. Really nice play. Matsumoto just up early, lean back slightly so that she can hit the ball across her body. A technical timeout. The USA will feel, certainly the coaching staff, they've probably got this second set in the bag here.
And what a nice set, keeping us off the net, out of system, so we can get good swings like that from our left and our right side. That's a good work. All right, Jamie, what do we have here?
They're going to step out of the side,
See how she just leans back slightly, able then to hit the ball over her shoulder. Doesn't drop her left side. Really good swing.
USA! USA!
Double substitution we saw in the first set, we'll see it in the third, and then thereafter as well. Kreklo in to serve, force it in at the net. Very nice serve indeed. Free ball here for the USA. Net touch by China. Yeah, neither guilty party. Every time Kreklo's come on, she's gone to Akinodewa for the first opportunity. So Yanni has gone, and Yang Chunqing replaces her, number 6, through the middle. Brilliant serve from Kreklo. Zhu Ting is the front court swing hitter on this rotation, and there's nowhere for her to hide. The only thing they could do is take her out the pass unit. That would mean that the opposite player, Liu Yanahan, would have to pass. That's not going to happen. Lovely set, Ding Xia fooling Larson. And just about got enough on it for China then to have the swing. It is Zhu Ting to serve. Lovely pick up. Not going to make it over though. Really good effort from Lin Yi. Didn't give up on it, but couldn't be brought back over the net. Larson apologises for her missed serve. She'll look to make up for it with a good pass. Keisha goes off, Dixon comes on, Dixon goes off, Van Roth comes on. work from Zhu Ting. Better chance now for the USA. Oh, good swing, force it, gets block out off of Zhang Changning. The late press not working. Oh, good serve. Well, that's what China were afraid of from Akinrederwo. And this is a real thumping, isn't it? Just looked up to the scoreboard for the first time. I think the USA players probably haven't actually looked at the scoreboard yet. They're that focused. 21-11. China have side out, but this is definitely going to be 2-0 USA. USA team full of confidence. It's a difficult team to stop. And China are finding that out firsthand. Double substitution is reversed as Glass goes back to serve. And Castello comes on to position 4. Thumped away by Hill. USA 2 away from taking the set. Liu Xiaotong comes in to replace number 9, Zhang Changning. I know the serving target was number 8. That's what Coach Grai has been saying, but you've just got a player coming into court, hasn't been on in the match, got to be worth a serve out there. I was trying to force something that just wasn't available. Glass going to Dixon, who was slightly in front, had no angle to put the ball away. That's better. Dixon on the slide behind brings up set point for the USA. Set point saved. Well, this should be a problem. Glass's back row, that should be surely called as a block. So China take the point, save another set point. USA seem to be drifting off to sleep. There's another point here for China. Karch won't want to call a timeout, but he's going to have to, and he does. So a bit of a confidence booster for China. They get some momentum behind them. Coach Karai calls the timeout.
I'll be serving zone 1 here. Nice angle, nice hold on that. Everybody's running it hard, and we still like that matchup. You on 19. Getting that high hand is a good thing too. Just talk to Lisa as you're running that route hard. Here we go.
Just one side out needed. And they get it. Low turns to the line. And USA take the set, 25-17. They lead 2-0. So the stats for that set: attack points and 3 aces, plus the block. They really did control that game. Hard to believe, really, that China are playing in the manner they are, given the way that they dispatched Serbia. Dietzen again, combining with Castello. Really good blocking from Dietzen. Nice pick up from Benoit. Good covering by Dietzen. Lovely, nice fast arm from Castello. Doesn't have a big swing, doesn't open up her shoulders particularly, just comes in and very quick with that swing. digs both sides of the net. That's too tight. Larson not in a good position to hit, and it's chaos for the USA. Larson obviously couldn't hit it. That's why she decided to volley it, but I don't think anyone spotted what was going to happen there. Glass was late to react. So it could have been 3-0. It's 2-1. China with the serve. Dixon finds a gap. Good up. Nice play. Larson gets herself in a position to have a swing and puts the ball away. Brilliant work from Jordan Larson-Burbach. And for all of you budding four-hitters out there, just watch this. She gets up. Look how quickly the ball's picked up. Brilliant. But look how quickly she's out. She's available to hit. Can get up and put the ball down. So important to get off that net, drive back out to the 3-meter line. Give yourself a chance to have a swing. Well, that was an audacious set from Alicia Glass. But that's a setter full of confidence, finding a hitter full of confidence. Net touch against the USA. Akimadeo, the guilty party. Find themselves a point from serve. Recovering from low. Not such a good swing from Larson. This time, the tip is good enough. This is a much better effort from China. They've come out firing here in this third set. They know they had to. Karch giving Larson some serving instructions. Oh, brilliant. Unlucky play. Well, magnificent in terms of the rally, and Hill somehow got that ball to roll up off her forearm, up over the net. Serving target's got to be number 8 here for Larson. Indeed it is. They want that positive set out to Zhu Ting, that fast ball out wide. It puts them in rhythm. They are enjoying what they're doing at the moment. The USA, they lead at a technical timeout.
哎，传闻要给他保护啊，这么高的球啊，对吧？我们老断线啊，你万一这边防守，那今天死的球边都啊，他就是，其实他的球现在过来就是乱，我们心也跟着乱。 心定一点，大家啊！篮防上心定一点。 哎，我进攻手后面加个人，后面加一个。
这边我们多加两个。给我的，小单
这个你手再往前送点儿，是没失误，全在4米。好吧，往前走一点。
我的手，有的。
这个让他垫几个，让他垫几个，先撤，你先直接打后攻。
行，可以，
好吧。
让我来打半场，
强行组织这个比较难打。
有点克服自己，让他。
So China have changed their serve-receive unit. They've dropped the opposite player, Zheng Chunli, out of the pass. And they try and deal with this serve from Larson. It works. China have the side out. Good work from Hill. She's over the top of Ding Xia. It's a good mismatch in the USA's favour. Glass making the most of it by going to Hill. Trouble when you've got someone like Zhu Ting who can hit the ball so hard, you tend to end up setting up further and further back. You look like Castelloa, she's nearly on the baseline. And in fact, she's stuck behind her own block as well. I'm not sure that's a great position for her to be in. Needed to have been in that gap down the line to see the ball. That's off the block. And Lowe makes up for not making the dig by putting the ball away. Inside out. Zhu Ting. Well, the shout to 3 came a little bit too late for Hill because the roll 4-4 would have won the point. Ding Xia knocked onto her backside, double touch against the captain. And the USA have the point. Zheng Chunli called for a handling error. Good serve. Has to go wide. Well, that was an opportunity for Larson to get in on the block. USA don't often get 3 blockers out wide, left or right. But that ball was off the net. A chance could have stopped that cross-court angle from being hit. China scrambling around, free ball for the USA. Glass a little late to react, not the best ball into her, so advantage back here potentially to China, but that's too tight. And now the USA have a chance. Oh, good dig, is it coming back? No, it isn't. Zhu Ting got something on it from Castelloa, but not enough for China to put it into transition once again. 12-9 to the USA. Substitution made, Keisha comes in. Deaton goes to the bench. This a serving substitution, and then Hill will go off for the libero Bamov to come in after this serving run ends. Work from Banmarth. She's making sure nothing hits the floor. That's caught the block, has it? Yes, it has. That's why China was celebrating so vigorously. The ball was long, but it caught the block on its way out. So China are back to within a point. Brilliant. What a pass that is from Kelsey Robinson as that ball hit the net. And the double substitution begins. That was well left. Shin Changning under pressure. Now, every time Kreklow's come on, she set Akumadowo. Will she continue? Not with that ball into her, she can't. So it goes out to force it. And China, once again now having to find a side out. Dig from Robinson. That's what she's there for. She knows she's not going to get to have an attack potentially, so just trying to keep the ball off the floor, keep the USA in the rally. China though, put it into transition again, get it done. Still though, can't quite get themselves in front in this third set, which is a must-win set for them. They want to carry. Karch wanted a massive carry for that. He's really unhappy. And Fawcett goes off the block. Does she? No, she doesn't. Now Larson straight over to say, why was that not given as a carry? It's a one-handed set off the back of a dig. Are you having a laugh, ref? Now play is allowed to continue. That is China who have levelled. Now USA have to remain calm here, get side out. Good ball in. And it's put away. A miss hit from Akumadowo. It doesn't matter though, even if we had backspin on it, it still hits the floor. Those are always the ones that hit the floor with backspin on them. That's a great dig from Larson Burbach. China have to go again. And Su Ting comes even further inside to hammer that ball away. Trying to find an angle, which she does inside, force it over Dietzen. Brilliant swing. Level again. Good up. Great swing from Fawcett and really good play from Kreklow. She knew there was nobody at four available to her. Had to go behind. Perfect set. Fawcett puts it away. USA lead 16-15. They lead by 2 sets to nothing.
往那离起波网点啊，好吧？你不在高度啊，你看来回传回来特别准，好吧？我觉得他在后面防止线高了啊，因为他打快攻的时候老打不着你，这个时候他打快攻就能往后去会战死。好的，好的。然后凭他那个强攻突打稍微压一点，好吧？我们强攻保护啊，在两头啊，两边有拉条，好一点，之后用这个低点，一个好的区域。还有这个超的好啊，防守打好啊。
Fawcett with the serve. Blows back into the front row. Once Fawcett's serving run comes to an end, Glass will come in. Lovely combination play from China. Chen Chunlier puts it away.
Substitution by USA. Number 40 out. Number 1 Glass in.
Free net in the middle of court. Well, I was chatting with the FIVB press delegate, Wang Jingyu from China, and he'd had a chat with the team before this. And one of the things that was concerning him was the fact that he felt the team were a little bit worried about the USA and their serving and their ability to pass the ball themselves. And it's amazing, isn't it, as that one comes off the block and goes out of play. It's become a self-fulfilling prophecy here for China. A team that had won 2 matches, a team that were looking really good, worrying about a team that weren't playing particularly well, and have allowed the USA to play well in this match. They have the lead again. Hill with the serve. Dixon stayed down here. Hope she's okay. She's hurt her knee or ankle or something. Might be a knee. Some tears there. Trying to take a few deep breaths and get herself ready to play. Coach Kirai is going to call a timeout.
We have to use a provisional.
I'm not sure if they've got any substitutions left, the USA.
That's all right. We're going to commit to that, just like you did on that one play. Yeah. So we've got this awesome opportunity here. 17 all. We're going to get Tori in here and go hard and make sure we're good on our engagement off blocker. That means you're working hard so we can get those swings, because that off blocker has to commit so much that that's a good option throw. All right?
Slanted really awkwardly, hasn't she? As Dietzen. And jarred her knee. I'm just checking. You're only allowed 6 substitutions. And I'm hoping that he hasn't used all 6. They've done a double substitution with Glass, and I'm pretty sure Robinson's been on. I don't think he's got any substitutions left. Well, maybe he has then. Just checking the scores thing to get the substitution done. Still a bit of delay here. Dietzon's been off and Robinson's come on for her. She's got a smile on her face, but so play will continue. The injury to Dietzon allowing for the substitution. Nice play from Castello. So timeout call by China. And most of you are wondering why USA were allowed to make that change. I know they've had 6 and Dietzon had come off and Robinson had been in for it. Because Dietzon has got injured, they can then sub her out and any player can come in for her. So Tori Dixon will serve for the USA. Nice touch by Akiradewo. Good pick up from Glass. Larson tries to put some spin on it. Well dealt with by China. And a good play from Chang Ning. Getting that in the seam of the block. Akiradewa once again dominating through the middle. USA know that they just have to keep doing that, keep putting that ball down inside out. They've managed to match China side out for side out pretty much throughout this set. There's no reason why they can't keep doing that. And that helps, although it's off the block and out. It looked like it was just an error. Zhu Ting finds a finger to keep China in this one. Cool, Akiradewa. Oh, good serve. Chang Ning gets the better of Kayla Banois. Not often you see that happen. The libero's played exceptionally well throughout this tournament so far. And she won't be happy with that. Timeout called by the USA.
I was talking you through it when you ended up and you were right back to build up the tip. All right, so one good hold. I like how you're calling that every time. We'll hold hard, run hard. We got a great matchup out here with our USA speed against number 16 in the high seat. Here we go. USA! You run hard behind.
Oh, that was nice. Really nice play from the USA. Just opening up China's defense. The ball in the middle to Castello on the pipe. USA enjoying that play. So too Low. Block out from Su Ting, and China draw level again. Important for the USA to remain focused now. Pressure's on them with every serve China put in. Equally, there is pressure on China when the USA have the ball. This match is finally poised at the moment. And Hill delivers to put the USA back in front. Getting the better of Ding Xia. This could be good for the USA. Akimideo to serve. China do not like dealing with this serve. And Karch knew that was coming. He was screaming at the team that that was coming. And still they couldn't stop Su Ting from the ball inside, just over the top of the middle. And it's side out again for China. Ding Xia now with the serve. It's a lovely pass. And a good wipe again from Hill. And she gets the better of Zheng Chunlie, as she did with Ding Xia. We get the feeling this is probably going to go 24-all. And first to get too clear, unless the USA can make something happen here. Glass with the serve. Well, they've got a good touch. They're going to have a swing to bring up a match point. Castello. And she has brought up match point. Really good block touch from the USA. And a great swing in transition from Low. Match point to the USA. China called timeout. Well, they've worked themselves into the perfect position here, have the USA. And what they've managed to do with that swing from Castello, they have match point, but expect China to side out. What the USA have conjured up, which is worth its weight in gold, is the ability now that they can, if they don't get anything from this service, they've got a side out opportunity to win the match. Glass for the USA. Oh, I say, what a swing from Su Ting. Real venom in that, but is it too little too late for China? It's still match point for the USA. And China making a substitution. Off goes the opposite player. And in comes Liu Hanan because she's taller. They want some height at the net to try and stop the USA here. They're stacking up over on the left-hand side as well. Dixon, Low and Hill. Who's going to get the ball? Well, it's going to have to be Hill for the match. And they've done it! The tip is good enough. The USA have beaten China 3-0. And they are back on track here. This World Cup is wide open in Japan. What a result. 23-17-23. There's not many would have predicted the USA would have taken this one 3-0. Myself included. I had China pegged to do the business here 3-1, but what a performance from the USA. They bounced back from that defeat to Serbia. And they have proved exactly why they're the current world champions and why they're the World Grand Prix champions. They went back, they licked their wounds, they come back out, and they have played like champions. And with 2 wins under their belt now and 1 loss, matching China. Only Russia with a better ratio at the moment, but Russia have to play China, they have to play the USA, they also have to play Serbia, who currently have a 2-1 record, so very much game on here at this FIVB Volleyball World Cup. 4 teams very much in contention to take the title. And the USA have stated their intent, haven't they, with that 3-0 victory. Now, most impressive performance. Who will that be going to for the USA? Jordan Larson-Burbach was the player of the game for me. It's Castello who gets the award. I think she's somewhat bemused, but she'll take it. President of the Nagano Volleyball Federation hands her the little Vabo-chan, and now she can have her picture taken with the mascot. Congratulations to Lo. Congratulations to the team on what is a magnificent result. A 3-0 victory. Many were predicting this could have gone to 5. Then a China win. So the players will take a well-earned rest now. It's no volleyball tomorrow. It's a rest day for all the teams, and then they come back 2 more matches, and then it's a double rest day and transfer days. They go to different venues. 6 sites being used around Japan for this World Cup. It's certainly stepped up, and China made fewer errors than the USA, but the USA hit better. A very happy USA team will enjoy their day off and get ready for their next 2 matches.